Recently, you guys have absolutely loved the theme of ranking videos, as a couple weeks ago we ranked all the NBA logos worst to best, and then the week following that we ranked the NFL logos from worst to best. So it's only right that I move on to the MLB and rank their logos, all 30 of them, from worst to best. And it seems that you guys agree with all these suggestions we have had in the comment section. So thank you guys so much for suggesting these videos. The MLB has 30 unique different logos, all with unique designs and meanings. Now this list will be ranking all 30 current logos of these MLB teams, so the ones that we see currently used today, as well as these teams' primary logos, which are the official main logos for each MLB team. Once again, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you do. It really helps out the channel. And obviously logos are extremely subjective. Everybody's going to have a complete different opinion on which logos are the best, so make sure to comment your opinions down below and which logos are your favorite. One final thing, please make sure to check out my channel. If you enjoy sports, you will enjoy my channel, as I cover all major sports, and I make sure to upload multiple times a week, so you will never be short on content. With all that out of the way, let's rank these 30 MLB logos from worst to best. Kicking off this list at number 30, we have the Colorado Rockies logo. Now they feature the common interlocked letters, which is a theme done around the MLB, but this logo just doesn't hit the same, probably due to the fact that it's one of the newer interlocked logos. So it kind of feels a bit out of place considering the Rockies aren't really an iconic franchise either, and they would be much better off sticking with their mountain logo. At 29, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates logo. Very, very simple. It literally is just the Pirates P with some spiked edging on the logo. With that being said, they would have been much better off sticking with their previous Pirates logo that actually had the Pirates head and the two baseball bats behind it, but they definitely lost a lot of that creativity. At number 28, we have the Minnesota Twins logo. Now this is actually one of the logos I'm the most upset about, because the previous logo that they had only a year previous in 2022 was leagues ahead of this logo. The old Twins logo was one of those badge logos that had the baseball stitching in the background, Twins in a nice font, but instead we have this oversimplified version instead, which just has the TC, which stands for Twin Cities, referring to Minneapolis and St. Paul. Yes, it does look like a baseball-based logo, but there's no way that this was better than their previous iteration. At number 27, we kind of kick off the theme of these circular badge logos with the Oakland Athletics. Now, a lot of these teams feature the same similar design, some much better than the others, and the Oakland Athletics falls pretty flat considering there isn't that much detail. There really is just the A's in the center surrounded by a green and yellow border. So as far as these circular logos, it definitely is at the bottom of the barrel. At number 26, as a slight improvement, we have the Washington Nationals logo. I just overall like the blue and red color scheme a bit better, and I like the stylized W in the center, obviously signifying Washington, even though it does really look like the Walgreens logo. At 25, we have the Tampa Bay Rays logo. In previous years, this logo would have ranked much higher as it had more personality, even a couple years back, which had a nice little baseball diamond behind the Rays text. And clearly the best logo that they've ever had was the logo they had when they formed, the old Devil Rays logo in the late 90s. That had a bunch of character, really contrary to the logo that we see today, which pretty much all it is just the text rays with the rays of sun on the R, as well as the bottom of the R making a manta ray tail. Definitely nowhere near the level that we saw previously. At 24, we have the Cincinnati Reds logo. Now this wishbone C shape that you see was actually used all the way back in 1905 for this logo. So they've been using this shape for a while now, and since then they've continued to polish it over time. Right now it looks really clean as you have the wishbone C and then you have reds in the center. Honestly, I think it is the best variation of the logo that we have seen. But that being said, it is more bland than a lot of the other MLB logos we see today. Coming in at 23, we have the San Francisco Giants logo. The theme of having the word Giants over the baseball background has been used all the way back until 1947. So I like how they're sticking to their roots here, and since then they've continued making improvements to this design, making it sharper over the years, and in my opinion we definitely have the best variation as we see today that has been used since all the way back in 2000. I really like the baseball with the stitching behind it, as well as the font used for the word Giants, and it's just a overall clean and concise logo. At 22, we have the Padres logo. Now this is one of the logo simplifications that I think has been done right, as the logo itself isn't really meant to be too complicated. It really is just meant to be that interlocked S and D, and in my opinion we have the best variation of the logo today. And it's super crafty how they connect these two letters, because obviously you have the S and D representing San Diego, but as you can see at the bottom they also form to make a P representing Padres obviously. So in my opinion it is one of the better interlocked logos in the league. At 21, we have the Atlanta Braves logo. Now, they've had many iterations throughout the years, but I do believe that they've landed on the best one here. The font of the word Braves is done very nicely, as well as the Native American themes with the red axe below. I wish that the Braves text and axe were a little more connected in some way. Maybe the word Braves was on the axe, rather than kind of floating around on their own, but it is a really nice logo overall. We are now entering the top 20, and we start to return to some circular badge logos, like our next placement, the Houston Astros logo. Now, definitely the best logo that they've had in their franchise history. I really enjoy the navy blue and orange color scheme. The orange star behind the H looks great as well, and it's just a nice, simple, and symmetrical logo. At 19, we have yet another circular badge logo, and this is the Texas Rangers logo. A nice patriotic red, white, and blue color scheme. I love the stitching on the baseball behind the Texas Rangers T. The stars on both sides, obviously representing Texas as the Lone Star State. Overall, a very simple and sound logo, and I wish the Minnesota Twins stuck with this design as well, because they'd be up here right next to the Rangers. At number 18, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks logo. Now, this logo is very crafty, how it transforms the A into a rattlesnake. So as we see the main A on the left side, it has that scaly rattlesnake pattern between black and red, and then the bridge that connects the two legs of the A is actually turned into that Y-shaped tongue that you see on snakes. A very crafty design, yet complex at the same time. Another A-themed logo at number 17 is the Los Angeles Angels. Now, I slightly prefer this as it's a little more sharpened than the Diamondbacks logo. I love the halo going around the point of the A. The coloring of the red, navy blue, and gray is nice as well. At number 16, we have the Kansas City Royals logo. Now, I've always really enjoyed the crown theme. You have the dark gold crown on the top, as well as the blue shield on the bottom. And the Kansas City font looks absolutely amazing, as it just screams baseball. We are now entering the upper half of the list. At number 15, we have the Detroit Tigers logo. Now, this logo is an absolute classic, and it looks really classy as well. The Old English font, stylized D, has been used since 1904. So as we can see, this is a long-standing concept that just looks so good, there's really no reason for it to change. There have been iterations over the years, such as slight font changes, including a small phase where they actually would go with a tiger logo. But since then, they've reverted back to this classic looking logo, and it looks amazing. At number 14, we have the Cleveland Guardians logo. Now, obviously, with the controversial Cleveland Indians history, they had to rebrand to the Guardians, and in my opinion, they almost did as good as they could have done in rebranding this team. The logo looks awesome, the baseball surrounded by the two G's and the wings, and the inspiration of the Guardians theme as well as logo is actually from the giant Guardian of Traffic statues, which are on Cleveland's iconic Hope Memorial Bridge. So they do really well at still fitting in a city theme here and representing the city of Cleveland as well. And in my opinion, this has been a really good rebrand overall. At number 13, we have the LA Dodgers logo. Now, a lot of you will probably be thinking about the interlocking LA Dodgers logo, but once again, that is their secondary logo. Their primary logo has been used since 1945, and it's the flying baseball with the words Dodgers in front of it, and it has not aged at all. It looks beautiful still today. I love the creativity of the baseball getting hit up in the air with the streaks coming down and the beautiful Dodgers font. It just gets you ready for baseball overall. Simple, classic, wonderful logo. At number 12, we have the Chicago Cubs logo. Another logo that perfectly combines simple yet classic. The blue ring looks awesome, and then you have the red ring within that's not yet complete, obviously representing the C for the Chicago Cubs, and then the rest of the letters within. Once again, it just works perfectly as a logo. Nobody has ever questioned it since. It looks beautiful. And there's really no need to ever change this logo. It just screams baseball and is one of the most iconic logos in the league today. At number 11, we have another Chicago logo, and this is the White Sox logo. Now, I actually had a really tough time picking between the two, and I really don't know specifically what it is. I think my eyes just grasp the Sox logo a bit more. I love the black, white, and gray, simple, clean, and it's one of those interlocking baseball logos that are really well done here. This logo has been used since 1991, and in my opinion, is clearly the best logo that this franchise has ever implemented. But in my opinion, this logo is simply beautiful. We have finally made it to the top 10, the best of the best, and kicking off our top 10, we have the Seattle Mariners. It's such an intricate design for a smaller logo. A mariner is a sailor, so it's only right that the center of the logo has a compass pointing in all four cardinal directions. Beneath that compass, you have a detailed baseball with the stitching included, and then beneath the baseball, you have the other intercardinal directions like northeast, southeast, etc. So a very detailed center, as well as just the overall color scheme I've always loved. So the combination of the intricacy of this logo, as well as just the colors meshing well, is the reason it's in the top 10. At number 9, we have the New York Yankees logo. Now, in my opinion, the Yankees absolutely suffer from this list only being primary logos, as I think that their iconic secondary NY logo is much better than this logo. But that being said, it's still impressive how their current primary logo is a top 10 worthy logo as well. I mean, look at this thing. You have the baseball with the stitching in the background, the classic baseball font for the word Yankees, and then you have the patriotic top hat over the baseball bat. Simple, clean, classic, effective. At number 8, we have the Philadelphia Phillies logo. This logo is amazing in the sense that, first of all, it looks visually appealing, as you have the nicely fonted Phillies in the front. The dots of the eyes are replaced by stars, which are formatted perfectly over the bell, and the Liberty Bell looks amazing itself. But in addition, just the roots to Philly itself, obviously one of the most iconic historical aspects of Philadelphia is that Liberty Bell. So the fact that they incorporate this into the logo is amazing, and the design is well thought of as well, as it even has these small details like the crack in the Liberty Bell. At number 7, we have the Baltimore Orioles logo. Now, this is actually one of the newer primary logos in the league, as it only was officially instated as the primary logo in 2019. But you may recognize that it was here previously as a secondary logo to the previous Orioles primary logo. In my opinion, though, this logo is much better. It has the smiling Oriole wearing the Orioles baseball cap, which I think is a really nice touch. The beautiful bold orange perfectly reflects the color of the Oriole, which actually is Maryland's state bird. So once again, kind of nice how they snuck in the theme that actually reflects the area in which they play in. So overall, just a really nice logo, how it reflects upon Maryland and looks really good in doing so. At number 6, we have the New York Mets logo. Now, I've always absolutely loved this logo, and it actually was the logo since the franchise was created in 1962. Obviously, with all logos since then, it has been modified, polished, and whatnot. But as of right now, it looks simply stunning. The beautiful blue and orange color scheme is in full bloom here, as the border is orange, as well as the baseball stitching going throughout the logo. But obviously, the beauty of this logo is the background. You have the New York City skyline, which looks amazing, and then a nice white bridge in front of it, which actually is not a specific bridge, but which rather references all New York bridges in the area. To top it all off, you have the beautiful Mets font in the center, and it's a simple, well-rounded logo that looks amazing. Cracking the top 5, we have the Boston Red Sox logo. One of the most iconic logos in all of sports entirely. Just the 2 standing Red Sox is iconic. There isn't really that much detail besides the 2 Red Sox, but that's just an attest to how simple yet effective this logo truly is. It's the most self-explainable logo pretty much ever. I mean, the team's name is Red Sox, and there's 2 Red Sox in the center. This iconic design has been used all the way back since 1924. With some changes made, there was an inclusion of a baseball background, which didn't really fit in my opinion. I think the standalone socks are the best version that we have seen of this logo, but just the bright red, perfectly representing the team's colors, as well as the simple yet classic design, put this where it is. At number 4, we have the Miami Marlins logo. Now, where do I begin with this beautiful logo? Well, obviously it was a huge improvement to the previous primary just M logo that we saw before. This one, where you can perfectly see the detailed marlin, looks amazing. There's a streak right behind the marlin, which not only represents where the marlin was swimming, but also is in the pattern of baseball stitching, which looks really nice. The font Miami looks great as well, and it features those beautiful Miami Vice colors of that blue and pink. It looks amazing. I also like the original logo of this franchise of the Florida Marlins. However, that looks more like it could be a Bass Pro Shops logo, while this one perfectly embodies the theme of a baseball logo. Entering the top 3, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jay head has always looked amazing with the Toronto maple leaf right next to it. It looks incredible. The coloring's great. You have all the colors, the lighter blue, the darker blue, as well as the red. And this specific logo has been used since 2019, as before we did get a slightly better logo that actually had a nice border around it in the baseball behind the Blue Jay. I kind of wish they still had this specific logo that we see today, but the main focal feature of the Blue Jay will always look incredible and will always be a top tier MLB logo. At number 2, earning the silver, just missing out on number 1, we have the St. Louis Cardinals logo. Now, this primary logo is extremely long-standing. The overall design of the Cardinals sitting on the baseball bat has been used since 1922, but this specific logo that we're looking at right now hasn't been changed in the slightest since 1999. It's clear that they're trying to preserve this amazing logo, but what more could you ask for it? Amazing coloring. The cardinal detail is amazing yet simple. It really feels like an old school logo with the font. The cardinal design isn't too modern, but at the same time it works really well here, as well as the baseball bat that it's standing on. And a couple years prior, this would have been the best MLB logo if it wasn't for the brand new #1 Milwaukee Brewers primary logo. This logo was officially unveiled in 2020 and it is simply amazing. The coloring on this logo is great. I've always loved the Brewers colors, but you can see them very vividly as the yellow is very bright. Like I said earlier, it features the really cool design of the badge, as it has the circular boundary with the text going around it that says Milwaukee Brewers. But the true beauty of this logo is the primary logo in the center, the baseball glove. The baseball glove is simply amazing, as not only is it just a cool, simple design, but a lot of people fail to recognize that the baseball glove actually forms an M and a B, obviously representing Milwaukee Brewers. As you can see, the index, middle, and ring fingers form to make the M, as the thumb and the palm of the glove form to make the B, with the baseball in the center that serves as a space between the letters. Simply amazing that they managed to make a small, crafty design, yet fit in so much detail, including the letter abbreviations of the team. This logo checks all the boxes, as it's crafty, the design is clean and modern, yet it still feels like a classic baseball logo, and it represents Milwaukee, known for a lot of the breweries in the area. Simply amazing logo, and that is why for me it is clearly the best logo in the MLB. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy yet another ranking video. Once again, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps a ton. And comment your takes. Comment your favorite logos, any other video suggestions you would like to see. I regularly reply and heart comments that I see in the comment section, and I'm always looking through there. So your thought and your point will always be accounted for. Once again, make sure to check out my channel if you do enjoy sports. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Heaps video.